Hello everyone, in this video I am going to show you how to draw watercolor oranges in the app HIPAINT. I am going to use 3:4 ratio canvas in my HIPAINT app, and for the basic sketch I am going to use fountain pen brush and black color. So I am working on the first layer and making this layer as multiply blending mode. So as I always tell, if you don't have any idea how to draw, you can use the photographs of oranges as a reference, or you can, even if you are a beginner, you can go for any watercolor illustration you can find in Pinterest and use that image as the reference, and seeing that drawing you can make an art and then proceed with the watercolor painting. So for the basic sketch, if you don't know how to draw exact orange shape, then you can try making these circles and adjusting the shape with liquify tool. So here you can see I just made basic circles, two circles, and then going on with the stem and leaves. Now if you feel like you've drawn very small, then using the transform tool, adjust the position and make it center of the canvas and make it big as you wish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use liquify tool to adjust the shape of the orange. Basically the real orange will not be in exact circle shape, it will have some small bump like shapes and in basically irregular circle. So I'm making that look with liquify tool. So in liquify I'm using the push tool. You can also try shrinking tools in that. Now if you have any intersection between the leaf and root like this which you don't want, then using the leaf eraser you can erase it very easily like this. Otherwise you will get confused where I have to give green color and where I have to give orange color, and you may mess up. So now I'm creating another layer. In this layer I'm going to make the watercolor illustration. Now this layer, the reference layer going to be at the top and the illustration layer is at the bottom, and using the lasso tool I'm going to select the orange shapes just like this. Drag and select. Make sure you click on the add option above the lasso tool so that you can select multiple areas at one time. Otherwise if the add symbol is add option is not on, then if you're selecting any shape and then going ahead to select another shape, the previous shape or the area will not no longer will be selected. So if you click on the add tool and then use, then you can select the multiple areas. So that's the thing. Now here I'm going to use the watercolor brush from the painting section, and I'm going to use basic colors like orange, bright yellow and very mild yellow and little bit of white color for these oranges. So for the basic coloring, first make a single stroke for the entire orange. So you will not have any texture, but it acts like a base color for the watercolor. Then make multiple taps of the brush to make more texture, like a watercolor texture. Then I'm going on with the mango yellow color. So the coloring is based on how you know based always based on the visual look. Based on that, if you want to make it lighter, you can make lighter colors, use lighter colors. And if you want some highlight details at one area, you can more focus on the lighter color, and where you want some shadow, you can use some darker shades of that. And I didn't use any particular blending mode separately for these details in this video, just going on plainly with the single layer for the illustration or watercolor, and a separate layer for reference, like that. So just the technique is really simple. Anybody can try and create very beautiful watercolor illustration just with one brush. So try to follow the things that I do, and definitely you will get. And if you are recreating my artwork or creating something using this technique after watching my video, make sure you tag me in your Instagram and post your artwork, so that I can able to see how my subscribers making use of my tutorial. And I'm really glad to see that someone is able to recreate or learn something new from me. Now I want some highlights here, like a white color. So I just with some texture, like a small dots texture. So I just reduce the size of the brush to really small, and just making so many dots in the highlight area, and also in the shadow details, like at the corner of the orange shape. I'm using darker color to make some texture like this. So here I actually forgot to add a base layer. The base layer is the technique I use, just creating a plain layer at the bottom and filling the shapes with white color, so that if you are using this illustration as a PNG, then it will not the background details will not affect the illustration, and the outcome will be really cool. So don't forget to create a base layer where you can fill the shapes with white color, all the shapes like stem, leaf, everything. And then proceed with the illustration, and make sure you separate that white base as a separate layer. So here you can see I just finished adding the orange details for the second orange as well. And for the stem, Yeah, this time I'm going to add some darker shades to make it like shadow for the shadow details. So now I'm going to select the leaf areas and doing the same process again. Here for the leaves, I'm making sure I don't use the neighboring leaves or more the areas more nearer to each other, because when the details area the area that we are selecting is more close to each other, when we add some large brush details, it's going to affect the neighboring leaf. So avoid that and select the leaves which are far away from each other. So here I'm going to use a medium algae green color and increase the size, add the same base like color for all the leaves. And then I'm going to add the colors further, making some shadow details, means dark details at the corner of the leaves, and keeping the center of the leaf bright. Now, new layer that we have created, I am going to add the shadow details. Make sure when you're using the watercolor illustration, you keep the blending mode of the layers as multiply. And here I added the darker shades like this. So now using a fountain pen brush, I'm going to draw the veins for the leaves. So I just created a separate layer for that and keeping the blending mode as hard light. So now we are adding the shadow details for the leaves. So once you made the vein lines for the leaf, you will understand, you will where the center is, and you can add the shadow details like this very easily. Now using the leaf brush, I'm going to add one more shadow detail for the leaves just by uh, making half of the leaf darker using the darker shade of green, and also make sure you reduce the opacity of the brush so we will get the 3D leaf like details when we do that. So here we almost finished the oranges and stem. Now I'm going orange and the green leaves. So here I'm going to select the stem and doing the same process again. Select the area using the lasso brush, then using the watercolor brush, paint with brown color and add some highlight details with orange color. Okay, now we almost finished. So save these as PNG. Make sure you switch off the opacity background for saving that as PNG, and for JPEG switch on the background. Now here is the final artwork that we have created. So this is with white background, and this is the PNG. Hope you like this tutorial and learn something new from me. If so, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because many of you are not subscribing. So please subscribe and watch all our videos, and also tell me what kind of illustration you want in HIPAINT in the comment section. So thank you for watching. Bye.